I do want to preface before I get into our thing. I love Sombra. I used to play Sombra all the time. Sombra was my first main, or first true main, the fun that I got the most hours on. Most of my hours on Sombra. Sombra is how I reached Masters for the first time. I really, really like Sombra and I want the best for Sombra. With that being said, let's get into it. What is up, guys? This is a very weird video that I just suddenly felt like making, and so bear with me. I'll try to keep it nice and quick, but Sombra will never be like Tracer, which is what they're trying, which what they've been trying to do ever, without serious changes. This is just kind of, I want to point out why Sombra fails and Tracer succeeds, because they both now try to do the same thing. After the Sombra rework quite a while ago now, probably a year ago, they transitioned to making Sombra play a little more similar to how a traditional Tracer played. Sombra used to have kind of her own unique playstyle, and now the lines are kind of blurred between Tracer and Sombra. There is one massive con with Sombra that also links into why she can't do it as well as Tracer and really struggles and basically is set to suck forever and be in jail. At least in high ranks, this is kind of sort of the reason why Sombra just feels like actual cheeks, unless her stats are high. It's all to do with the translocator. Okay, translocator is a cool cooldown, right? But we've got to think about it like this. What happens when you translocator? You move over to a certain distance and you initiate stealth. Cool, right? And then you have to wait a few seconds, and then your translocator comes back. But if you come out of stealth, your translocator cooldown doesn't get refreshed or anything. You just have to wait the 6 seconds no matter what. So what have we done here? We have tied invisibility to a movement cooldown, which is whatever, but we've also created a disengage engage tool. So what this essentially means is that translocator is the way that you engage into a fight, right? So before a fight, you might be here, and then you're going to use translocator to engage, and then you're going to come around, and you're going to see your target, and then you're going to fight your target. And then when you fight your target, and when you're done with them, you're going to disengage with the exact same cooldown. Okay, that's all fact. That's true, right? That's completely true. Okay, invisibility is also her escape mechanism. The translocate itself isn't really an escape. The invisibility is what causes escape, but we've tied invisibility to translocator. What's the con in this? What is the absolute con in this? Well, first con, which everyone's pointed out, is if you were to translocate and then immediately come out of stealth because now you're fighting, you can't do that, because what will happen is you'll be stuck on a 4 second, 5 second, 3 second cooldown on translocator, and then as soon as you need to get out, you won't be able to get out. So this means if you were trying to time with your team, right, you would really be like, you would kind of mess up and have to be slightly late to it. It also means she has one of the most buns rotation setups that feel awful, where you translocate to a wall, and then you run around, and then you hide behind another wall, then you translocate, then you run to another wall and hide behind another wall. That also just feels like complete cheeks, right? I think engage and disengage shouldn't be on the same thing. And now, let me get into another one. Another point about Sombra is the way Sombra used to play, and the way Sombra even still has to kind of play, is that she does a thing I and lots of people will call cheating, when you cheat an angle. So for instance, say you're on an angle and in the way is this bot, right? You want to get over to that little box, but here's a bot, so we can't walk to that box. Well, do you know what Sombra can do? She can just walk past them and then go to the box and then shoot from the box, right? That's sort of the idea, that no other character can do that. Sombra's always been able to cheat by going invisible, moving around the map, stuff like that, and she completely cheats. It just chooses her angle without needing to clear out the space to begin with. Well, with the rework, I don't think we can really do that. Depending on the space, a lot of the time, you're going to have to translocate the floor, which initiates your invisibility, and then if you so happen, without knowing, turn a corner, right, you're invisible, and you come around the corner, oh, there's someone here, they shoot you, they stun you, they kill you, right? You couldn't have done anything about that because you didn't know that they were there yet, and guess what? You can't even fight them, and you can't even escape because you've got to wait for your cooldown. If you come out and fight them, you've got to wait 5 whole seconds before you can disengage this fight. Why this used to not be a problem with old translocator and old invis is that you would translocate the floor, you would then go invisible, and then you would fight. And if someone was on that angle that you were trying to cheat through, and you had to fight for the space, that was fine. You'd fight for the space, and then whatever. And then if you lose, you'd end up translocating back to your spot. That is what would happen every single time. Right now, that can't happen. You cannot do that. You literally cannot do that. You just die, or you have to play so boring, have to play so safe. You cannot do that. It doesn't work. Why does Tracer work better? This is really my Tracer point. What can we evidently see makes Tracer fine? She's got an escape and an engage tool on the exact same cooldown. I'm ignoring recall. Blinks in, blink out. Exact same thing. Why does it work? Because there's 3 of them. She can choose to double blink engage, shoot someone, and then disengage. I messed up with a blink to cover. She could engage 1 blink and then choose to shoot and then double blink out. and she has recall. This is not a con on Tracer. This is why Tracer works, because Tracer can actually fight for space, because when she gets to her angle, she has to fight the person, but she has the tools needed to fight and live on the angle. So once she clears out the space, she can go over to her boxes, right? Essentially, that is the idea. Sombra cannot do that. She can't hold space. We know this about Sombra. She can't. Have you ever seen a Sombra just sit on an angle and just shoot people? It doesn't really work. She can't control or hold any space. If we were to think about the map Colosseo, first section where you're attacking near where the glass used to be, right? If Sombra is just stood there, you're just going to force her out, right? She can't hold space. And that's it. I try to keep it quick, but the point is that Sombra doesn't function at the moment because invisibility, engage, and disengage are all on one cooldown that doesn't even get refreshed if you choose to use it, cancel it early. So essentially, she's buns, and she can't hold space, and she never could before really hold space that well. But it's really bad. She has become just a person who the only thing you can really do on Sombra is play for picks. You want to just set up and hopefully one-shot someone. She is literally Widowmaker. She is butt booty useless until she gets a kill.